retired now, and I've got quite a bit of free time on my hands. Although there's always stuff to do, you know. I just don't get paid for it anymore. So, Carl, have a great evening. If I hear you on again, I'll certainly give a call. KB2UKA from K3ACE. 7-3.
Yeah, I kind of lost you, Norm. All right, 73 to you. Been a good, been fun. So, catch you later. KB3RDT. Welcome. Bye.
KB2UKA.
Yeah, Doug. Hello.
Man, you're booming in here, Carl. I put on the live stream. I put afternoon with Carl. That's how good you sound.
On a different microphone today, Doug. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds really good. Really full. You're filling up the spectrum. What are you running?
This here is the HMIC microphone. It's the mini mic here for the electric condenser. It's the matches the ICOM 7300.
Yep, I'm very familiar with it. It's a beautiful mic, and you're sounding great. Who else is in there with you? You said Brian?
Yeah, Brian's in there. Well, when I got it, I seen it box, and I'm thinking, well, that's going to look like a SM58. Opening up the box, I'm like, man, that thing's small.
Mighty but powerful, Carl. Mighty but powerful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been getting good. Vito even said it sounded, couldn't tell the difference between that and I had to bump the bass down a little bit, but other than that, you know, it still has the same sound, so that's what I was looking for.
No, it sounded really good, really good. This is my 3K pocket right here.
Yeah, you sound good too. Brian, say something.
Hey, good afternoon, Doug. How you doing?
Hey, Brian. Good to hear you. It's been a few weeks. Been very busy. I figured I'm probably only going to be on here 15 minutes. Figured hop in, and what was the biggest signal I saw? But it was Carl. Carl, you got to be 20 over. Brian, you're probably 5'8", but Q5 copy.
Yeah, you're 20 over down there, Doug. Doug, what's your call sign again?
Sure, it's Kilo Bravo 2 Uniform Kilowatt Alpha, and you won't find it in QRZ. I'm not on QRZ, but you can find it in HamQTH, Callbook.net. I'm on the other ones.
You say you're living on? You have your own YouTube channel?
Yes, my friend, you're live on YouTube right now. If you put my call into the search box of YouTube, you'll find the video with today's date. And as I said, this video is called Afternoon with Carl, and it's got today's date in it.
No, I don't have the computer on right now, but I could pull it up later and see it, right?
Yeah, and that's what I recommend. Don't watch it while you're on the radio, because there's, I don't know, a 5 or a 7 second delay. Over?
Yeah, I did that one time. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, but you'll hear and see your signal report. Sounding good.
Where are you located at again?
50 miles east of New York City on Long Island, and I'm about a half a mile from the North Shore, from the coast. So I'm pretty much a little bit west of dead center.
Oh, okay. All right. I have enough rough idea where you're at.
And Brian, just so I have it here, I know I have it in my logbook. We've spoken before. What's your call? Over?
Oh, sorry about that. It's N November 3 F Foxtrot E Echo S Sierra.
There we go, N3 FES. There you are, West Virginia. Yep, I got a good path into West Virginia. You're sounding great.
Yeah, you're like 20 to 25 over on the peak there.
All right, good. So we're going to turn on some boom boom then. Hold on.
Boom boom?
Oh, yeah, you'll get the boom boom in a second. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there's the boom boom, KB2UKA.
Oh yeah, I hear the difference. You're even wider.
Okay, sir. Sounds good.
Yeah, I opened up the transmit bandwidth, but I switched audio profiles. This is the bassier one.
Like I said, you're even wider. I can't hear it, but I can see majority of it. I can hear the bass response difference, but not. I can't hear it down below, below 100 hertz though.
Yeah, I'm 40 low. I'm 4040 high.
You know what I don't know if you can tell, but can you tell how low this is? The bass response. You know how low this thing goes? I think it cuts off at 100, but I'm not 100% sure.
Give me a little more audio and I could tell you.
Yeah, I'll talk a little longer here. Give you a little bit more audio. Like I said, I'll do little audio in there. Like I said, I don't know how low these transmitter will actually go. I'm just curious. Because I know it's on the thing it says 100 to 2.9, but I don't know if Vito said it goes down to about 40 hertz, but I don't think it would actually go down that low.
Your low peaks are at about 88, but you're filling up. You are filling up 40 hertz, but not on the peaks, so lower down. But I'd say if you average that out, you're getting energy in like the 70 hertz range.
That's pretty good. That's pretty low.
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's definitely in there.
I didn't think it would do that, but okay. And, like I said, I used to talk. I still do every once in a while, but the Viking 2 they shut off about 120 hertz. But even though, that's all the lower they go, a lot of people does not have I know you're running an SDR, but a lot of people with get a box, buy one of these radios or any of the radios, they're not going to hear it anyway. A lot of them, even with the old, some people just, like on AM, some of them just buy, say, for example, an old transmitter like a Johnson Viking Ranger, which is about a 50-watt transmitter, run it on AM on 7290 there on the AM window. And usually they just buy the receiver, from another ham, and an old, let's say, for example, Hammerlin SB600, they're just going to recap the darn thing and just say it's done. They're not going to modify it. Let's say really want to get into the low reach. Some of them do, but not a lot of them don't. So they're only going to hear 300 to 3,000. And let's say, some of them have an AKT filter. They're only going to hear up to 8,000, but the low frequency stays the same. Like I said, a lot of them don't hear it. So it really don't make a whole lot of shebang unless you have it's like you were on an SDR. If I had an SDR receiver, I'd hear everything you're throwing at me. But now some of these newer radios, they go down, I think, 50 hertz, but I don't see very many of them. I've been looking at them. Not very many of them go below that. So a lot of them cannot hear those boomy, bang, bang lows. I can hear it. I can tell you went to bassy, but I'm just saying a lot of the receivers that people have cannot hear below. Some of them is only 300 if you're running an old radio. And some of the newer radios, I think, like I said, it's about 50 hertz and it stops. But even 100 hertz sounds really good if you listen. Or even, like you said, 88 hertz. That's really good too. But like I said, I think that the receiver in this radio, I think it stops. It's brick walled at 100. But I could be wrong. But like I said, even Brian noticed you opened up the low frequencies. But like I said, some of the people running like say somebody came on here with an old Kenwood 850 or 890, they wouldn't even notice you did that. But unless they did some modification to the rig.
Kilowatt 0, kilowatt Ocean Zoo.
That's 3 FPS 20.
There's Coffee. He's running the same thing you are, Doug.
I just narrowed up here. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let's do that. And let's do that. Okay. All right. You know, you're 100% right. That's why I've been I don't think I've been on 4K in about 5 days. I've been just saving it for the guys when we meet for the EESDRv3 stuff. But you're right, because if you don't have the receiver to hear it, it's kind of just wasting energy out there in the ether. But man, when you go back and watch this, Carl, you'll see the waterfall, and you've got a lot of energy in the low end. It sounds really good. Over.
Oh, I know. I kept playing the one you sent me before. I was like, wow. I can't believe that this radio could do that. I just sat there and I get so excited, and I'm like, wow. I am so excited about this because it's just out of the box. But hello there, oh shoot, Costa. Yeah, like I said, Costa's running the same transceiver. Yeah, he might be on a different one today, but I think he's running the same same transceiver that you are. That SDR Sun DX1 or whatever it is.
You're close. It's the Sunsdr2 DX. Do I have a comrade out there?
Roger, Roger. This is Costa, kilowatt 0, kilowatt Ocean Zoo. Hi, Dak. Hi, Carl, and hi, Brian.
Hi, how you doing? This is Doug, Long Island, New York. I got a nice copy on you about, I think about 5 over. Yep, I'm running the Sun Mercury III amplifier, doing about 1200. And the antenna's a 43-foot ground-mounted vertical with 120 ground radials, 125. They're 65 feet in length and a legal limit tuner. And I'm not processing any of the audio in Expert SDR. I process it all in Logic Pro. Over.
Roger, Roger, Doc. I think we spoke once before. Kilowatt 0, kilowatt Ocean Zoo. Yep, I'm running the same thing pretty much. I have a Sunsdr2 DX, and the whole processing is done in Cakewalk. And I know exactly, I'm pretty familiar with your work. I've been following you on YouTube for quite a bit of time. And yeah, you're doing great, man. You're 5.9 plus 10, 15 at times, depending on the band. I'm doing ACOM 1010 at about I don't know, about 500, maybe 55, 500, 50 watts right now, into a vertical delta loop, and unfortunately it's not too high because of HOA regulations. You know, they're just my HOA is quite bad with that. But anyways, that's my setup, Doc. Back to you, Carl and Brian.
Yes, Kostadin, I remember you. Yes, we did speak. Let's see. Last time, February, about a month ago, February 24th. You're sounding great. Sounds really, really good. And that Delta Loop's doing a phenomenal job. I've got the YouTube stream on right now, so you go back and listen to how good you sound. Are you, I'm running 12.1. Are you running the latest V3?
Roger, Roger, 12.1. I saw you advertising it about a week ago, and then a couple of days it came up and popped up, and I installed it. And I'm running on exactly that right now, 12.1.
Yeah, big improvement in the receive AGC, big improvement in the mic level metering. I'm noticing it's holding the peaks longer, which is just, it's making my amplifier happy, I'll tell you that much. But let me drop it here. Carl, why don't you pick it up?
All right, yeah, you both sound very, very good. My speaker sounds excellent, you guys. I'm not using the stock speaker in the radio. I'm using a actual an old hi-fi speaker. It's from a Pitcher 100 watt. They had an old record player.
Well, that's the point.
And that's what I'm using. I'm using an old speaker from it. It was my mother's, and they sat in the living room for years, and I thought, and she was going to throw them out to the garbage man. I said, oh, no, you're not. I'm going to take them because they still work. So I took them, and one day they had them in a garage, and one day I seen them. I'm like, man, I forgot all about those speakers. And I use them on my almost all my radio stuff. And everybody said, you can rip off the tweeter, you can rip off the bass with subwoofer. I'm like, no, I can't. Eventually, I want to upgrade my station and make it have some low end, and maybe somebody will have some good high fidelity transmissions there. And sure enough, I did. And I need to get another. I had an external hi-fi audio amp. I need to get another one. And I want to go with solid state there. And I have to figure out how to do it there, but to drive it out of the computer, use my SDR Play, and using some of the guys up there on 75. I don't know if you guys ever listened up there, but I could set up on 3873. They are about 30 kC wide AM. 30 kC. Not all of them, but some of them do run that wide. Some of them are 25 kC. They're running Class E transmitters. Class E. It's pretty much DC to daylight on audio. So whatever you can feed into it, you'll it'll produce that kind of a sound. But very good. Go ahead there, Brian. Pick it up down there in West Virginia. The KB2UKA.
Okay, real fun. I thought I heard a person in the background. Is there still going to be checking in? Yeah, I guess not. I didn't hear anything. Then 3 FPS. Yeah, Carl, you sent me that picture today. I thought I went on a keychain or something. You know, one of the keychain things you can buy for novelties like Coca-Cola or whatever you put in your keychain. And you told me it's no microphone. I'm like, wow, okay. Because the blue mic I looked at yesterday looked pretty big. So I think I'm going to get that one and have the one with the windscreen on it, so you don't get all of the popping out on there some.
What's up, Jeff?
But I want to experiment with some antennas this fall. I definitely want to get up that vertical for 6 meters and put up a horizontal dipole for 6. And I'm pretty positive everybody around here has streaming television. They don't use cable no more. I don't think nobody uses Raptors no more. And everything's in high definition now, so I think it's less chance of any TDI there, Carl. Maybe your neighbors still use the old-fashioned Raptors. Maybe that's why you got so many complaints out there. But remember back in the 80s, they used to be a pain in the butt for 6 meter getting on there, and I never messed with it. So I don't know who picks it up. I think Caustic next. Caustic, got to pick it up. And 3 FPS.
Roger, Brian. Well, on that subject, on the streaming subject, my daughter is moving out and with a couple of other friends, and she's like, we're not gonna be connecting any TV. Like, we just need internet. And I think they're gonna get the Verizon Fios, which is a symmetrical. I think they're gonna be paying for 300 megabits. Up and down. It's like $39 or something, at least here in Virginia. And that's what they're going to be happy with, I guess. And, of course, Netflix, Amazon, the usual suspects. But, yeah, Brian, cable TV is slowly dying, man. Yep, it's unbelievable. It's happening, right? with all these streaming services. It is what it is. I have a quick question for you. Have you ever experimented with bandwidth wider than 4K, just out of curiosity?
No, I never messed with it.
I have.
You ever try AM there, Doug?
Yeah, I do. I was doing AM a few months ago every day, and since there's a glitch in this new SDR software where it's suppressing the carrier level by 50%. I don't know if you saw that, Costidan. I don't know. So like if I do a 200 watt carrier, I should get an 800 watt peak. I'm only getting double. I'm only getting a 400 watt peak. If I do a 100 watt carrier, I should get a 400 watt output peak. I'm only getting a 200 watt output peak. But I've done AM a lot. But I also have a 5K built out. I have a 6K. I have an 8K. But I am not. I've been licensed almost 30 years, and I don't have my damn extra class. I gotta take it because that's where you can really experiment down like kind of what you were saying, Carl. Down on like 3630, that's where those guys go like 8, 10K wide. Every now and then on 40 up in the AM window, if no one's on AM, I'll experiment with a couple of friends, like 5K wide, 6K wide. Once you got the EQ set on 4K, you're just adding a little bit more high end and maybe a little bit more low end, just stretching it out a little.
Yeah, AM, you want to be at least 10kT on each side, Ben.
Yep, I have a 10K profile built just for AM. Sounds good. If I put it on right now, it wouldn't even make sense. And I have less bass. I feel like less bass on AM goes further.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm just trying to know it. You can send AM 10kT. A lot of guys like it, especially some of the guys that send to the high fidelity AM at like 10 kgs or wider. Yeah, you should see 4 times the carrier. Like if you have 100 watts, you should see 4 times. So it should be at least 400 watts. So it should be 4 times the carrier. Always that's the thing. Like if you're running 50 watts, you should see 200 watts.
Yep. And some SDR software lets you adjust that carrier level. Even on the old version, the V2 version, I like, to your point, Carl, I like it set at 25%. So that whatever your carrier is, your peak, your carrier is 25% of the peak. I feel like even in the old software constant, it was at 30%, and you couldn't adjust it. So I put on the bug report that they got to get this thing fixed to 25% or let us adjust it.
Right, interesting. Well, the amplifier thing is new to me. I've been having it not more than a week, maybe a week and a half now, so it's all net new to me. And, SDR in the fold is quite new to me as well, so there is a long way for me to learn a lot of these good things that you're just describing. So, but thanks for the heads up. I'll definitely do some experimentation one of these days and see how it does. And maybe you have some time. Maybe you can share some of your settings in V3. Show us the ropes of how you do things. That's probably going to be amazing. If you have the time, of course.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like, I wish I could show a lot of the settings. A lot of it, they don't let you adjust yet. Like, there's no noise reduction adjustment. The ANC, you can't adjust it. You could just choose the 3 settings. You can adjust the noise blanker, which I don't really use. And then you can't save the transmit profiles yet. So that's why when I was going back and forth between 4K and 3K, I have to type in the bandpass. I have to type in what my low end is and what my high end is. The next release is going to be a beta release, so we won't have alpha anymore. The beta release will start to get, you'll be able to save your settings on your transmit bandwidth and all that. But no, you sound really good. You'll see when you watch the YouTube back. I think you could. EQ settings are all per everybody's voice, right? Like my EQ settings won't work for you and yours won't work for me. I think though you could do a little tiny more of a boost in the 2500 hertz range, and then because you're 4K right now too, and then maybe like 2500 up to 3 and then up to 4. Because I don't want you to cut your low end, because your low end sounds good. Normally you cut first, but you'll balance it out a little bit more, I think, with a little boost in the high end.
Roger, Roger. Yep, I just did that. I don't know if that's going to make any difference right now. Of course, that's going to depend on the band conditions. But yeah, maybe on the next round, I'm going to send it back to Carl and Brian, whoever wants to take this up. And maybe on the next round we can do a little bit more experimentation. Thanks, Doug. Let's go back to Brian, for example.
Okay, well, fine. I thought that's very interesting. I'm learning a lot more about audio adjustments. You know, I was a CW guy, and again, getting on sideband is a little bit different, you know, but sure to enjoy it. Excuse me. But yeah, this 950 has been a learning experience. Definitely going through all the menus, and Carl sent me a couple numbers.
Later, Todd. What's up, Glenn?
Facebook, and get things adjusted on there, and he can tweak a little bit. And I guess it sounds pretty good here. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just gonna leave it. That trunk of my game last night, tuned it a little bit, and I guess it's got the perfect highs and lows now. So that's where I want to keep it. All right, guys. Hey, I'm gonna jump out here. If anybody's up on 80 and 8, I'll catch up there. It'll probably be late. So catch you guys later, probably tomorrow. So stay threes there, everybody. And 3 FDF.
All right, Brian. Catch you later there. Yeah, you sound good. I'm glad you made those changes there. It made a big difference in the audio. Got rid of that boomy sound. And finally you got the mic set there. You're not, getting those pops and pushes in there. I know Terry Bob, he was he ratching on you about that. I was like, oh boy. But he cracked me up. That man is, oh boy. He's funny. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, you sound good here, Vito. Like Doug said, I think you were using echo. I keep wanting to tell you that. You sound like you're running a little bit of reverb, but a little bit of rich. But I don't know if anybody else is hearing it that way or not. But and you're good in the bass range. You got nice low end. You just need some presence, which would be around 2.4, 2.5 range. Bump that up about 3 dB, and you should be set to go. Like Doug was saying, you need some. Your low end definitely there. Your bows are rattle on my speaker here. It sounds very good. Very fidelity audio. Even that 3KC, 4KC. You guys have some fidelity in that audio. I hope I have some. Well, Doug showed me one day. I definitely have some. Yeah, and I was really amazed what this thing can sound like. I was like, wow. So, yeah, you guys are sounding good here. Yeah, like I said, Doug, this is a new microphone. I actually had to turn the mic gain down, and I had to turn the bass response down. So, I'm running like I said, a mini mic. I couldn't believe the size of that thing. And first thing, you heard Brian, he thought it was a keychain. Yeah, when I opened that big box up, and I opened up like, my, what, boop. What? Nah. I think they sent me the wrong way. And I hooked it up, and oh no, they sent me the right one. It definitely has some bottom end to it, and so like I said, I didn't do I didn't put the pop filter on top of the microphone. I don't speak like right into the mic. I don't speak right into a microphone. I never did. I speak across them, so that way you pass some of your pushes and pushes, and you can say your S's and the T's and pushes and all that kind of syllables without getting a popping sound in there or popping sound. So yeah, I know. There's AM is. I wonder because a lot of HF radios. I don't know if the SDRs are that way, but a lot of them. They try. I've been on AM for quite some time. I haven't been in a ham business like you, Doug. I wasn't that many years, but a lot of the I call them rice boxes. A lot of these hybrid radios, not hybrid radios, but a lot of these transceivers, the Japanese radios, they say 25 watts AM. But when you start, this one here won't even do it. I have to turn the carrier down. What it is, the ALC, believe it or not, and I know that people say there's no ALC on AM. But like this radio here, you key it up on AM, on the AL, and you put it on an ALC. ALC is right there.
I'm going to take a look at it, Shane.
Right there to 50%. It's fully already the ALC taking advantage of you. And I don't know if that has an effect on your, on the SDRs or not, but usually you have to dial the RF power down, turn the carrier down like 15 to 10 watts sometimes. Then it'll let you drive a little bit more output. Not always. I'm not saying that it will always happen. That was my phone. You probably heard it buzzing. It's a dinner bell. 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. So anyway, and so I don't know. You just have to find that sweet spot, probably. I don't know. And I don't know. Like I said, I know a non does them. A lot of guys I talked to are running a non. And I heard a non and I heard flux, both. You want my preference? A non sounds better than the fluxes. I don't know why. They have they use something called Power SDR or something like that. I don't know that they always said they're running in Power SDR. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but the non has some kind of function that the flux doesn't have, and I'll tell you what, it sounds bodacious. And there was a guy running. He has an E-class transmitter, and he also has a flux. And to tell you the truth, I couldn't tell. He has the old flux. He has the 5000. And I couldn't tell the difference between his flux and his E-class rig. Other than he's, no, that's setting at 10 kc. But if I opened it up when he was on his E-class, and he switched it to the flux, yeah, I could tell the difference because I could hear that, there's high syllables in there. But I can't hear it on this rig. This rig, that's what I don't like about this 7300. Why here on AM, when I tune in AM, I can go up to 3885. I'm up there on them guys. Listen to them to big, somebody's running 10 kc wide. And I'm on sideband. I hear their bass response. It sounds beautiful. Flip it to AM, the bass is gone. There's no, the bottom end drops out. It sounds like it's about 200, maybe 250 hertz, and it is nothing below 200 hertz is being heard. Kind of kicked me off. Put it on sideband, it's back. But I wish they had something. Maybe they'll fix that in the software. Who knows? Anyway, go ahead there, Doug. This is Kilowatt Bravo 3 Radio Delta Tango.
All right, Roger. Well, I got to hop in 5 minutes. I want to try something real quick. Let me see. Costidan, give me a little audio, because I think you're actually good now in that 2500 range. I want to see something. Give me a little audio.
Sure thing. Okay, so this is Kilo Zero, Kilo Ocean Zulu. You can call me just Costa. I usually use Costa because it's way simpler than Costa in my full name, and it's complicated as well. Why do that? But in any case, I did bump it up a little bit. I think I did about boosted it a little bit. The 2K a little bit, about maybe 2 to 3, plus 2 to 3, and then I did 5K a little bit. I think it's out of the it's out of the band anyways. But I did that in 1.24 is what I have right now in my EQ. I boosted that a little bit as well, and let's see how I do now.
Okay, so yeah, that range is good. So now 3,200 hertz up to 4,000. Do like a 1 dB boost at actually do a 2 dB boost at 3,200, a 3 dB boost at 3,600, and then a 4 dB boost at 4K. I want to see something.
Roger, but for this purpose, I'm going to need to fire off a different EQ because this one doesn't have the ability to add additional sliders. Right now I have 1.26, 2, 3.17, and 502. So I'm going to need to switch EQ, so it's going to take me a little bit of time.
Don't worry about it then now, because I have to hop. But that makes complete sense to me now, and you're going to see it on the live stream. So when you boosted that 2,500 range, then you started getting energy there. But then around 3,000, around 3K to 4K, it's very low. It doesn't spike up like where the rest of the energy is spiking up. So you need to climb from about 3K to 4K. So like almost like a staircase, right? So you have the peak on the low end, then you come down in the mid, and right now when you're watching it back, I'm gonna put my mouse right here. You'll see how I have this gap of no energy because I want to cut that mid range, and then I have it all going right back up. So you'll see the energy in the high end, and then you see the energy in the low end, and then you see the energy in the high end. But yeah, shoot me an email. I'm not on QRZ anymore, so my email is my call sign, KB2UKA, the number 8080 @gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know next time you're going to be on, and we can tweak it a little bit. But I got to get out of here, guys. This was really great. Really good rag chew. Brian, I think, left 73. Carl, take care. Costa, good to hear you. You're sounding great. It's a never-ending adjustment. I'm adjusting mine all the time. But it sounds great. KB2UK, clear. Go ahead, Costa, and then pass it to Carl.
Yeah, thank you so much, Doug. I really appreciate you spending the time and the energy to help me out here. Thank you for your feedback, and I hope to catch you again soon. 73s, and have a great one for now, and be safe.
Yeah, it sounds a whole bunch better there, Costa. Like I said, he was boosting at 2.4 up or 2.5. Really made a difference.
What's
here.
Up, Mike?
A lot better sound there. So I'm gonna have to get out of here too. My dinner bell was going off, so I'm gonna have to get up there and eat some dinner. So like I said, I'm glad you bumped in there, Costa. You hope you get your antenna fixed there. I think we should be around 3850. There's a group of guys up there. I've been getting in there with them.
All right, guys. You guys have a great night. Have a great week. Take care.